Yeah, this is actually, I'll quickly show the leaderboard. This is actually two of the highest rated players in the world at the moment. Kaydop, by miles, the rank 1 player. Absolutely way ahead of second place JNaps. Then we got Askillion and Badger, two players who like to snipe Scrub Killer. And then Fairy Peak.
3 months. That's longer than my only relationship, by 3 months. Anyway, love the stream, keep it up. Mermop, 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 mermop.
I'll do my best, mate. Thanks for all the subs, guys. I'm already behind on notifications,
for the fun
so I'll catch up after the games, because you guys have just done a sub train all at once. I was just chatting to you, nice and chill at the start of the stream. Nobody setting off my notifications, we're just chilling. And then as soon as the game starts, it's like, bam, everybody decides to sub. Anyway, Fairy Peak in the Batmobile. He is the Flatmobile now. Versus Kaydop, a player who I would say right now is the best in the world. This is probably the best player in the world at the moment. Rank 1 in 1v1, rank 2 in 2v2, making playoffs in European RLCS alongside his teammate Fairy Peak here, and their third is Mystic, of course. But last time they played on my stream, Fairy Peak was able to take it. He was able to take the best of 7 4-2, I believe. And that was an Octane mirror match. Now we got Batmobile versus Octane. With Fairy Peak having a little bit more practice in the vehicle now. He's since been on my stream in the Batmobile and lost to Devo in a very, very close best of 7. But this could be a different story because Fairy's been playing Batmobile for a long time now. He just switched to Batmobile when he lost to Devo. So will this be any better? Oh dear, Kaydop not making contact with the ball there. That's unusual to see, but Fairy Peak is very low in boost. He wanted to go get the side boost a while back, decided against it because he heard Kaydop right behind him, and he didn't want to just give Kaydop a free shot from the midfield. But now Kaydop is the one who's low in boost, and Fairy Peak is very much in control right now. Shot leaving a lot to be desired though, straight at Kaydop, down the middle. He would have much rather put that top right or top left. Either would have been good. This is looking very good for Fairy Peak. He has not given Kaydop one shot. He's had 5 of his own. There's this delayed flick that we've all seen him do several times previously. Of course, in the Batmobile he has to lean forward even more because the tail end is going to clip that ball an extra time compared to the Octane, just due to the additional length. And he doesn't want to hit it too high, sending it over the crossbar. I'm going to be paying very close attention today to bumps and collisions because I was playing 1v1s earlier by myself, or you know, for a YouTube recording. And I was having a lot of trouble bumping my opponents, which is something I'm usually pretty good at compared to other people at my level. There's the Fairy Peak flick, just launching it. Kaydop with a good save though. Getting a demo is Fairy, and I don't know what that notification is. Hold on a second. Doomsy! Oh, Doomsy, I'll need to stream earlier one day so I can host you, but I appreciate it, man. Hope you had a good stream, dude. I saw you were 1v1ing Sebadam. How did it go? Let me know in the chat. How did it go? Did you win at all? We're watching potentially a slightly higher level 1v1 than that on stream today. I don't think you're going to get much higher level than this. Kaydop versus Fairy Peak, two of the absolute best in the business at the moment. Kaydop with a cheeky boost grab and a save. I thought for sure Fairy Peak was about to go 3-1 up, but Kaydop pre-jumps across the goal to get in the way of that shot. Beautifully done. Recovers with plenty of time to spare, putting it into the open net for the tie game. Mocket absolutely destroyed Leftovers in the last game. They did. Mocket are a very scary team. I think they underperformed in league play of RLCS so far. And honestly, I expect them to win against Gale Force in RLCS next weekend. Not this weekend, but the one after. You almost won one game, but you got some heavy kickoff lags. You're streaming and then conceding an OT. Ah, Doomsy. Better luck next time, mate. Speaking of kickoffs, Fairy Peak getting one.
New paycheck. Thank you for being awesome.
Oh, I tried my best.
Here's a little reward just for being you. Are you ready? Here it comes.
Is that a kiss?
Mwah.
I knew it. I called it. I like how it started off as just ripping off Jazer's meme, the Moi guys, and now it's become Mwah guys, just because that's how the donation reader says it. But yeah, I expect this to go full 7 games between Kaydop and Fairy. I don't see it any other way. They're almost inseparable. Almost inseparable. Kaydop, I'm going to give it to him 4-3 though. In the long run. He's even beaten Scrub Kill recently on stream. He's beaten Devo as well. Not as recently, but I'm sure he beat Diva. Oh, miss from Fairy Peak. That's a huge let-off. He did not need to go for such a tight angle shot here. Sometimes in this sort of position, we see players going for a pass to themselves off the back wall, just hitting it to the near post and then rebounding it off that wall. But instead, Fairy Peak wanted to scoop that ball across the goal, try and sneak it in before Kaydop could get back into defense. Risky on multiple accounts. 1, because he might just miss the ball. 2, Kaydop might just get the save and the possession and the boost. And then 3, he also is going to be worried about Kaydop's counterattack at this point. Oh my goodness, that is a shot and a half by Fairy Peak right now. Kaydop has been sitting back in defense this entire game. And Fairy Peak has got to be careful not to give Kaydop opportunities to get those critical last second saves like we saw for the counter-attack goal which tied up the game at 2-2. So I expect to see more of that from Kaydop this series. But not if we see shots of that caliber from Fairy Peak. Looking very Cucks-esque in the Batmobile with the clean dodges. Another critical save from Kaydop. This is a bit of a role reversal. We usually see the Octane player being the pressure man and the Batmobile sitting back. Look at Kaydop just carrying the ball casually with ball cam on. He's really good at that, but still, I'm not a fan of it personally. It's a joy to watch, his control.
Hi, Doomsy.
But I feel he's making it harder on himself. Hi to Doomsy. Oh, Kaydop going for the bump play. Aggression onto his teammate and countryman. But like I said, I'll reiterate, Kaydop by miles right now, the rank 1 player in 1v1. Just so consistent. But Fairy Peak's flicks are not quite there this game. Something that used to be his most consistent aspect of his game. He has not found the same accuracy in the Batmobile as he used to have in the Octane. It has to be said. Just aiming a little bit too high with these flicks, which does happen when you're playing a longer car. You get that extra contact on the ball as your car is coming over the top of it, and that puts the ball way too high. He needs to be a bit more careful, keeping it lower. Not sure what this is from Kaydop. Just one of those times where he decides to hover after the ball and look for the 50-50 is not going to work this time. Batmobile too strong in the 50-50. The additional width just squashing that ball past Kaydop there. Prize pool on. Is there? I don't know if there is a prize pool. If somebody donates prize money, I'll put the prize pool on for sure. This is definitely a match worthy of prize money. It would be good to see that for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Octane Master Race, I certainly hope so. I'm an Octane player myself. Hate playing against Batmobile players because they're just so annoying. They hide behind the ball and they just do really good 50-50s. And they all seem to be better than me in the air. And then again, so does everybody. 1-0 Fairy Peak. I did call this one in favor of Kaydop, but Fairy Peak will take the lead. Certainly the 2 best French Rocket League players at the moment are these guys. Chaussette from Gale Force. The only other person in that conversation. Yeah, I was just checking. We didn't get any prize pool donations. I did a double check in case I missed one. Mout as well, the recent Insomnia winner, I guess. What on earth are you guys spamming? Please don't spam. I'm watching on my mobile phone and it gets very hot if you spam, so my hands get burned. If you don't want my hands to get burned, then stop spamming, please. Well, if anything is going to get chat to spam, it's messages like that. Again, appreciate all the subs and everything that was happening earlier on. I'll get back to that after this series is over. I don't want to get distracted by a million notifications right now, but I do appreciate all of you. If you have to go before I give you a thank you, then I thank you anonymously right now. Fairy Peak. Back in the lead. No time wasted. Kaydop was closer to the ball there, and Kaydop knows that he's closer to the ball there, but Fairy Peak also knows that, and he expects, or he realizes that Kaydop is expecting him to sit back in goal because of Kaydop's position, aggressively moving up close to the ball. But Fairy Peak instead just turns the tables on him, just goes straight up for the aerial right after grabbing the boost. No time wasted. These guys are so fast into the air. Something that seems a lot of problems when you play against these guys in 3v3. It's just their aerial speed, their confidence. They don't waste any time. They just go up with no hesitation. Demo from Kaydop. Not the first time he's had a successful demo, but an open net miss. That is really unusual to see. And a complete whiff on the rebound. Kaydop is not playing anywhere near as cleanly as we saw him against Scrubkilla just a couple of weeks back. He should be tied up here. Still On the ball though is Kaydop. Tight angle shot ricochets the near post. He did get the boost though. It's Fairy Peak. Completely starved. Kaydop taking even the small pad on the way out here. Although small pad, so the fast respawn is back. Volley from Kaydop. Could have waited for that half volley, but another demo. Kaydop is really rocking the aggression right now. And a bump at the near post is going to be the tie game. You can see it coming and you know that it's going to completely do Fairy over. But there's not much that Fairy Peak can do about it. You can't just respawn and then jump on the spot because Kaydop's going to score anyway. So he just has to hope that Kaydop misses the bump or something like that. I think either side, it wouldn't matter if they respawn near post or back post there. It would have been a goal for Kaydop, who is having a lot more success bumping Batmobiles than I do. If anyone is wondering what I'm talking about, go watch me playing against Batmobile players in my 1v1 ranked series. You'll see what I mean. I just can't bump them. I drive right into them, I hear the noise of my car hitting them, and then they just keep on going like they, got landed on by a fly. It's unbelievable. Great placement on that initial hit by Kaydop, straight over Fairy's head. That makes it really awkward for Fairy because he can't see both Kaydop and the ball. If he turns off ball cam, he can see Kaydop. If he turns on ball cam, he can't. So it makes it really awkward for him. He will get another lead here. Doesn't even need the side boost to get it. Kaydop maybe a little bit too aggressive in the corner here. Overstaying is welcome. I'm taking the risk, boys. I'm drinking the tea. I'm taking the risk. This is just more proof that I'm made to be an RLCS caster. Like, look at this. Do you ever see RLCS casters doing this? No spills. Not even, like, any dampness in my mustache. I'd like to see Carpet do that. Fairy Peak has beamed Kid up in the near post and misses the open net. He had loads of time there. Misses the opportunity. And he has to be so careful here. Dwindling boost total. Kaydop in control of his. Fairy Peak is doing well though to keep this ball out of danger. Never presenting an open net opportunity for Kaydop. Never giving him a free hit. And a decent shot across the net will go in. Kaydop coming off his goal line here will definitely regret that decision. He could be much closer to the wall here, could Kaydop, giving himself just another couple of car lengths time to save that. Just another couple of car lengths time would have been all he needed, because he was close. That's something perhaps this Scrub Killer does better than anyone else in the world, is staying really close to the wall. Just knowing where that wall is, blindly. Look at the delayed flick of Fairy Peak, making it so awkward for Kaydop to read. Kaydop, long shot. Will it make it all the way? Fairy Peak says no. Good control, even taking the ball onto the top of his car again, and he's got boost to play with. Kaydop might have thought that he's boosted, but oh my goodness, the demo again missing on the front flip. Kaydop rushing himself. There's no question about it. No question about it. He rushed into that play, accidentally double jumped, but he's got the goal in the long run. This is where Kaydop is most dangerous, putting pressure on his opponent in the final third. Because when he wins at 50-50, it's a goal.
Prize pool
Alright, prize pool it is, boys. I did say that these boys were worthy, and they certainly are. I'll go ahead and stick that in there right now. They should work pretty fast. I've been better at this recently. Been better at, what month are we in? Is this the fourth month of the year? I believe so. I believe so. Alright. That should do it. That should do it. I need to enable it on OBS though, don't I? Bang. It should update, don't worry. That's like, yeah, there we go. I don't know, it sometimes starts off at a like number that isn't correct, and then it
Let's
rejigs.
Start a prize pool. Also, I have a present for you too, John.
He got bumping very clean off the wall there.
Here it is. Nose.
Nose, thank you. Fairy Peak did well to recover there. Kaydop sent him completely flying off the wall. If you get a bump on an opponent right as they're about to jump, of course they do go farther. If they're about to jump off a wall, they go completely flying. Kaydop again, refusing to turn off ball cam for the dribble. Finds the bottom right, but only the inside of the post. So close. He kept his options open the entire way there. Not showing Fairy which way he intended to shoot until the very last second, but then it was too late for Fairy Peak, who's still one goal to the good. Kaydop with another demo. How does he do it? He finds so many opportunities for these demos. Fairy Peak will get the game though, as Kaydop is just double jumped by accident again. This is bizarre. I've never seen Kaydop double jump by accident, far less twice in one game, but he's done it at the worst possible moment. final opportunity of the game. Double jumps past the ball, and Fairy Peak's gonna get a 2-goal lead. That's game. There's no way he's coming back from this. Certainly not with a stationary vehicle. Kaydop, what is going on, my man? Going 2-0 down on a BO7 is not a good start. Absolutely not a good start. Fairy Peak looking to make it 3. Doesn't get it. The ball's gonna hit the ground on 0. 2-0 Fairy Peak. This is going similarly to last time that they played. Last time these guys played on stream, I said that Kaydop was the favorite. Kaydop was the one I expected to win. But he might be changing car here. He might be going to the ZSR. I'll just mess at him and see.
Here's Johnny.
But yeah, Fairy Peak just completely frustrating Kaydop. I'll re-invite him back here. He needs a re-invite. I think he's changing to the ZSR, which honestly not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea. You gotta change something if he's not feeling comfortable, if he wants to just try and, you know, trigger something in his what do you call it? Wait, is he in here? I thought Kaydop got in here. What are you guys spamming? Oh my goodness. What flavor tea? Just regular tea. Did Kaydop get in? I don't think he got in. I'll kick him again and re-invite him, because that's one way to get somebody into a lobby which already exists. You should get in now. If not, I mean, we could just remake the lobby, but this is usually faster. You should try a tournament with first-person cam settings. Stop spamming that, mate. Go recreate. Alright, we're just gonna recreate. Apparently, Kaydop cannot rejoin. Usually it's faster to just re-invite, but we'll just make a new lobby. You also dodge the if the servers or the, you know, the whatever it is called that connects you to servers, the connector. if that part of Rocket League is down, then that's one way to dodge that. Just stay in the lobby.
Can we have Kaydop versus Cuxa 97 soon?
I hope so. I'd love to see that matchup.
Quality less than 3.
I'd love to see either of these players versus Cuxer. I don't think either of them have ever played Cuxer before, apart from Fairy Peak's 4-0 loss on his second ever appearance on my stream, which he was very nervous about. There was 3,000 viewers, there was $1,500 in the pot or something like that, and he beamed it, lost 4-0 to Cux. I think it would be closer if they played again, because Fairy Peak has really stepped up his game. Gets a monster dunk on Kaydop to start game 3. Again, repeat of the same story.
Prize pool.
Fairy Peak refuses to give Kaydop an inch in this game. Kaydop turned on his hacks. It looks like he just like wanted to change his boost or something. That sometimes does make a difference. I remember I was talking to Marky back in the day, and I asked him why his blue team car looked so terrible, because it was like blue and orange and it had orange boosts, and like it just didn't look like an organized car. And he's just saying, oh, I felt like I was playing better in orange team that day, so I made my entire blue team car as orange as possible. Kaydop is not having a good game right now. He needs to change something, because this is another really bad save by him. He should be getting that to the side comfortably 10 times out of 10, but he dumps it right in the middle. Fairy Peak 2-0. Prize pool is broken. It doesn't look broken to me. I think it's working. It might just take a while to update. Oh my word, Fairy Peak! Are you kidding me? Getting the deftest of touches to tap this ball right off the floor. That smallest of touch. That's all he needed to get it over Kaydop. Holy cow, Fairy Peak, you're a legend. He just completely baited in Kaydop, made it look like he'd missed the ball, and then he just tapped it. Redirected it straight into the ground, over the top of his countryman, teammate, friend, but today, opponent. Johnny is taking the prize pool money. I'm not, I swear. If it's not working, I'll fix it. But it looks like it's working to me. I mean, I can count all the prize money on the Streamlabs, and it looks to be the same number on OBS. So I'm pretty sure it's working, guys. Pretty sure it's working. Fairy Peak's on fire right now. Not only looking like the favorite, but looking like he might just sweep Kaydop here, which is a huge upset. Kaydop being so highly ranked in ones, not just rank 1, but rank 1 by over 100 points, and taking a series off Scrub recently. You've got to say he was the favorite coming into this, but that might just be working against him. And of course, Fairy Peak knows Kaydop better than almost anyone else. So if anyone can beat him, it's this guy. But Kaydop is not over. He's not out yet. He has definitely got the nerves of steel. He will believe in himself to come back here. I really think that the last game was his game to win, though. He was getting so many successful demolishes, and he just wasn't able to seal the deal. Trying not to waste all his boosts here as Kaydop does well to land on the ball favorably. Air roll shot will go wide. The thing that's not working is the sound. You're muted. No, dude. That's the biggest troll I've ever seen. But this is looking really problematic for Kaydop. The biggest issue for him right now is Fairy Peak just doesn't look like he's going to let him score. Oh, hold on. Never mind. That's one way to do it. Since your shots aren't working, just don't shoot. Just roll it at your opponent. Hopefully they beat it. Kaydop managing to get Fairy to pre-jump there with a little pump fake. And he will drill it over the line. Like I said before, if there's any way that you can really change the momentum of a game with one goal, it's a mind game, because that really makes your opponent feel like you've gotten inside their head, literally inside their head. And if Kaydop can continue to aggress successfully, I would credit it a lot to that mind game. But he misses a power in his next shot. That was the most tame Kaydop shot I've seen in a while. Gets the demo. He can always find the demo. Apparently, I'm very impressed that he's able to so consistently demo. But he needs to hit these grind shots so much harder. That's better, but for more distance this time. Fairy Peak not going to struggle from that sort of range. And Kaydop has just passed it right into the middle. He forgot that they're not teammates today, and he's given Fairy Peak a 5th goal. If he wants to start a comeback, he's got to be a little bit more consistent than this. Kaydop is throwing right now. Where's the prize pool? It's the donation goal up at the top there. Because donation goals automatically update when donations come in, I just use that to be like a live update prize pool thing. So that is up above the green bar. Any money donated during this match will go to the winner of the game, of the series. It is a best of 7. Fairy Peak looking to sweep it. And everybody's just spamming today. You're having a little bit of a spam day at the office. That's fine. We'll let you off of that. Fairy Peak with another for the highlight reel. How does he do it? The delayest of flicks I've ever seen. Lifts it right over the top of Kaydop from point blank range. There's nothing that Kaydop can do for the Brazil. Now he's going for a fast kickoff down the middle. Doesn't work. He's gonna get dunked on. Gonna get dunked on right here. Fairy Peak was going for a kickoff goal right down the middle here. Rather, he's going for a Jazer setup. He's trying to put the ball sideways up the sidewall. Still enough time for Kaydop to come back here, but it is not looking good. Speaking of 777 and all that goodness, there are 7 shots for both players. Fairy Peak has scored 7 of those shots. Kaydop has scored 2. That's the story of this game. Simple as that. Kaydop unable to find the target. Fairy Peak very much able to find the target, and not just with regular open net finishes, but with some style. And he's really frustrating Kaydop right now, just wasting so much time. When the ball's rolling around the pitch like this, as the player is behind, you get so frustrated because this is not good for Kaydop. He needs there to be quick goals, lots of contests, lots of kickoffs. And he's not able to transfer that ball into any sort of meaningful air dribble. This is going to be game 3 to Fairy Peak. 3-0 against Kaydop. A player who many consider right now to be the best player in the world. Dude, why are you guys all spamming today? I don't understand. But Fairy Peak, if there's one thing I do understand, is that I would hate to be Kaydop right now. Is Fairy Peak doing his best Cuxer impression from the very start of Rocket League. Backboard to himself, comfortable double touch, never looked like he was gonna miss. Kaydop down by 6 goals, that's game. No coming back from this one. Might as well go ahead and update that on the score, because this is as G a G as it's gonna get. This is about as G a G as we're gonna have in all of this series, I'm sure. Is it seriously just all spam today? You guys are unbelievable. Again, thanks for all the subs. I'll catch up on those after the series.
Oh, Johnny boy, the pipes are calling. from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone, and all the roses falling. It's you, must go, and I must bide. Keep up the great work.
That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful poem. A poem, a poet. Oh, with one thing is, oh, there we go. Kaydop has taken red team or orange team for the first time this series. I think he should have done this a long time ago to try and make things look different on his screen, because right now, as he every time that he's staring at the bright orange fairy peak, he just wasn't able to get into his zone. He wasn't able to work his attack. He wasn't able to stop fairy peak's offense. So maybe this will be the change that he needs. Never mind. Okay, orange team's gonna lose as well. No, I'm just kidding. Fairy Peak doesn't care what color car Kaydop's gonna be. He's just gonna score. This time volleys it because he sees Kaydop's out of position. Fairy Peak's really good at doing that. He can wait for the bounce and take the half volley shot, or he could just hit it right before the bounce with almost as much power, but at a better time due to Kaydop's mispositioning. It's a very impressive. Fairy Peak's volleys, always on point. And Kaydop so far at the game, Fairy Peak could have slow rolled this even more. 2-0. Will this be a 4-0? I don't know if Kaydop's lost 4-0 in stream before. Fairy Peak has to Cuxer.
Hey Johnny, I don't want to be annoying, but this money is for you cause you're awesome. I don't catch the streams very often, but when I do I always really enjoy them. Thanks
Mate,
for all the videos.
Do I have to take that out of the prize pool? I'll probably, I mean, okay, yeah, I will honor that. I will honor that request. I'll honor deliberate requests to subtract money from the prize pool to go into my own pocket, but I will not encourage it. Absolutely donate to these guys, because they're putting on a great show here. In particular, this man in green, fake challenge, gets Kaydop to bite really hard, hits the ball sideways into the wall, and that was nothing more than a pass to Fairy Peak, something that's been happening far too much in this series. If you're a Kaydop fan, Fairy Peak waits for the ball to bounce the middle. 4-0. Kaydop looking completely lost for what to do right now. Tried the fake or the delayed kickoff, no avail. Fairy Peak getting it to the side of him, no problem. But my goodness, despite the fact that there are 4 minutes remaining, I don't think I've ever seen Kaydop look so second best in a series. And I think he was a favorite going into this. That might have worked against him. That may have worked against him. Maybe Fairy Peak just has the perfect counter to Kaydop's playstyle. I'm gonna have to ask him what their record is against each other. But it's things like this. 100 boost completely gone into the atmosphere. Kaydop just donated all that boost right into the air and gave away the possession in the process. I don't know why he's being so careless with his boost at the moment. It's not what I'm used to seeing from him. Still time, of course, for Kaydop to get back into the game, and he's done well here, securing both corner boosts. Fairy Peak won't be in the best situation. But again, no shot.
The reason you're not casting for the RLCS is because you're puppy tea and not brisk. Hashtag drink the brisk prize pool.
Hashtag drink the brisk. I would definitely take the risk. I would definitely take the risk and drink the brisk. I would do it for Bance. By far and away the best ones player. He's the best ones ranked player, no doubt. Kaydop right now is by far the best ranked ones player in season 4. Not even close. Throwing in an attempted demo there is not a risky one. Oh, the Batmobile stands strong. Kaydop's dropping the no way in the chat. What on earth was this? Kaydop slams into Fairy, and Fairy just grinds up against the wall, gets right back into the action. 5-1. Kaydop is not going to be happy with that. He must have expected a demo. He's been landing every demo that he's tried this entire series, and now the one thing that's been working for him has stopped working. What does he do now? What is he going to call upon when his only... Okay, I guess there's more demo. Right back to the demos, the one thing that has been working. This bounce dribble's a bit linear, to be honest. It's going to be tricky to get anything meaningful on net, because he wanted to keep that ball bouncing and strike it, but if he took one more touch in field, but it taken away his entire shooting angle. That's why we saw Kaydop just adapting into the catch and throw. Bounce dribbles are far better slightly off target if you want to be going for a shot at the last second. Kaydop very cheeky there, trying to get the ball center to himself, off and on the wall. The Fairy Peak has nipped in and grabbed the boost, and he's doing the exact same thing to Kaydop now. What a catch by Fairy! Oh my goodness, what a piece of control. Check out this guy. Way off the wall, no problem. Let me just fly right under it and cushion it and then dribble it into the wide open net. 6-1. Fairy Peak is demolishing Kaydop right now. This is absolutely insane. The manner in which Fairy Peak is dismantling Kaydop's offense and then scoring at will. I've never seen anything like this before against Kaydop. Never in my life. And that will not be the second Brazil in 2 games. So close. Kaydop trying desperately to batten the hatches. But he needs more than that. He needs a goal desperately. Will he find the shot that he's been lacking all series? Yes, he will. It wasn't the prettiest goal, but it is a goal nonetheless. And with 1:35 on the clock, Kaydop finally finds the target. But he needs more. 2 goals is nice, but it is not enough. And with the rolling ball, Fairy Peak will remain unthreatened. Kaydop's bounce dribbles and setups have been just far too linear today. Far too on target. He needs to get the setup going a little bit more off target to threaten that change of angle. Fairy Peak's not going to be scared if Kaydop just hits it right at the goal and then tries to follow up with a direct shot straight at him. And with a minute on the clock, Fairy Peak might own goal here. He was trying to play the possession game and he nearly ran into his own net. But he did well. Popping it directly into the air there is the perfect solution to that problem. The boost spawning right underneath Kaydop is Christmas come early, but he needs more than that. Again, such a linear dribble. Has lost all the bounce and doesn't get the bump. Fairy Peak standing strong. I do like that adaptation by Kaydop. He realized that he had the shot or the ball going far too linear. There was no angle to shoot with, so he just overtakes the ball, goes for the goalkeeper bump. Good try, not successful this time. He knew he had to score with that attack. With only 45 seconds of the clock, he had to score. So it was a smart play. Fairy Peak evades him, and that will be a 4-0. I can't believe that. A series that I fully expected to go to the 7 games. A series I fully expected Kaydop to be the favorite in has gone... I don't think anyone could have called this. If anyone called 4-0 for Fairy, and in very, very comfortable fashion, then I don't know who's your genie, but yeah, give me a loan of that. Give me a loan of that jar, so I can cheat the, what do you call it? That thing that we gamble on every week. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. The lottery. Holy cow, I'm so stupid. But anyway, 4-0. Fairy Peak takes it, and he will take the entire prize pool, which I believe is somewhere in the region of £50, £49 exactly. We'll check what that is in dollars. A $63 prize pool. Not bad. Let me just make a quick note of that. $63 for Fairy. GG's. GG's. Very impressive stuff. Very impressive stuff. Just completely dismantling Kaydop. Most one-sided loss I've ever seen for Kaydop. Even though he has lost 3-0 to Miho before, it wasn't such a stomp as this. For games you find extremely impressive, could you save and upload the replays? I would love to, but I'm too stupid and I forget all the time. And I don't need more things to try and remember, if you know what I mean. I've got far too much that I'm trying to remember to do these days that I don't need, don't need another thing. That's pretty much the only reason why I don't save replays. Is because, yeah, too much to remember, too much on my mind. I can't be doing with more things on my mind. Let me just really quickly message Fairy, and then hopefully we'll be back with another series. I'm going to throw some messages out. I'll go ahead and slide into some DMs and see if I can find another game for you guys. I want to see more 1v1 for sure, because I know that a lot of people have been missing on all the 1v1s because I've been playing on my stream recently, just having a ton of fun with the silly game modes. But I will look for another high level 1v1 game. Water or milk first when making tea? Depends. If you've got tea from a pot, then put the milk in first. If you've got tea just straight, if you've got hot water straight from the kettle and you're pouring it into a tea bag filled cup, don't put the milk in until after you've done that. Or else it won't mix with the hot water won't mix with the tea properly.
4 months, 4 misplays.
4 misplays. Welcome back. Sorry you couldn't find the unsub button. Better luck next month. Better luck next month, dude. Get Cuxer? I would if I could, dude, but Cuxer's like never online. He's like always sleeping during the day. He just sleeps during all days, and then he's awake at night because he's an owl. He's an owl. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the American guys are in. They're probably all in tournaments right now, Rizzo versus Sizz. They're probably in a tournament. I'm pretty sure they're in a tournament, dude. Yeah, they're probably in a tournament, or else I would. Rizzo versus Sizz would be pretty funny. That would definitely be a good series, but they're probably in a tournament. So are all of G2, I'm pretty sure, are in a tournament. Tips for 1v1 players against players that flick all the time. Just fake challenges, because you can sometimes get them to flick too early. And then just try to disrupt their dribbling before they get the ball completely under control. Try to disrupt their dribbling before they can get the ball completely under control. Because if you can do that, then they won't be able to flick. Or they won't be able to get the ball and balancing on top of their car. Like, just tackle them early, basically. Pressure. But yeah, fake challenges are good because sometimes if you fake a challenge, that's like just pretend to turn around. Like you're shadowing and then you pretend to turn around to challenge them. And they might flick the ball way sooner than they would want to shoot the ball. You have a serious yet interesting question. Would I like to have the final 4 games of the group stage be played at the same time since people are talking about F3 loss against Resident? I would rather there's just not a group stage altogether, to be honest. I think that group stage is a lackluster way to have teams qualify for RLCS. If you think about like the viewership of the actual like open bracket qualifier, it's like way higher than group stage games, right? So if I was in charge, I would probably just like say goodbye to the group stage shenanigans, because it's kind of stale. It's kind of the same thing every time, and I'm probably gonna, you know, Sonics are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I don't really care. But yeah, if it was me, I would just have an open circuit. Like, you know, you've got Insomnia, maybe like a DreamHack event. You got like an Intel Extreme Masters, something else, a PAX or something, and like there would be 4 European LANs and 4 American LANs, and that's like how teams get circuit points, is by going to those LANs and performing well at those LANs, and then based on those circuit points, that's like your road to RLCS. You know what I mean? That's how I would do it, because then you could have like multiple stages for teams to practice on. So by the time they reach RLCS, it's not their first LAN. They've already been to a whole bunch of little ones. And you'd also have way more chance for players to get, you know, in front of camera, be funny in interviews. Like, I really feel like for players, it would be a better learning experience. It would be more fun. They would have more brand building opportunities because you can network like crazy at events. So you can meet people from like sponsors or, you know, from Twitch. And also it would give like different production teams like the opportunity to fight against each other for the best production. And then people would be like, oh mate, did you see the way they did player intros at this event? All events should learn from that. And then there would be another one that would be like, whoa, the like in between match segments from this production team was like way better than anything we've ever seen before. And then other events could learn from that. But the way that it is right now, it's just kind of the same thing all the time, because our LCS just put out the exact same product every single season, like same analysis desk, same casting, and I feel like for sort of light Rocket League fans, people who aren't just like massive fans of the pro scene and the game in general, are not gonna watch that every single time. And I mean, that's what you want. You want people to be enthused. You want people to be inspired. You want people to watch like as much as possible, you know? So that's where I think having multiple LANs and a circuit be the way to qualify would be way better than having a open bracket and then one group stage and then one playoffs. Which, by the way, why on earth is there just like one weekend for playoffs this time? I feel like Mocket and Galeforce got completely screwed this time around, because they came 4th and 5th in Europe, and they're both like really good teams. One loss, and they're out. One of Mocket and Galeforce are not going to LAN, and they're both only getting one shot at it. Like one game, and they're out. I think Galeforce are probably just not making LAN this time, and they're only going to get one shot. Like what happened to last RLCS had a pretty good solution. They just did double elim for the 3rd through 6th, and then another double elim for the, or was it double elim for the other one? I can't remember if it was. But either way, double elim for the 3rd through 6th seeds was really good, in my opinion. That was like a really good solution. But they beamed it this time. I don't know what they're doing. It's like really, Mocket and Galeforce got screwed. Because honestly, like Flipside, people are like saying Flipside through and all that. number one, I'd say Resident are a better team than Penta, so like throwing against Resident makes no sense because you'd probably rather play against Penta than Resident because Resident are really, really good and they've been scrimming Flipside a lot and it's pretty even. Secondly, like there's nothing in the rules that would state that Flipside aren't allowed to throw that to benefit themselves, if you know what I mean. Like if they really felt like Resident are an easier game, then sure, let them in. There's nothing in the rules to stop that. That's just something that happens when you've got a league and when the format is the way it is. So yeah, that's two reasons. Why do I always touch my nose when I do an aerial? I don't know, it's like a tick that I've got when I play Rocket League. It's like something that I always do. But yeah, thirdly, I think Flipside got pretty lucky because Mocket are a team that have given Flipside like these exact rosters, you know, Mystic, Fairy Peak, Kaydop versus Cuxer, Greasy, Marky, Duda. Marky, Cux, and Greasy have won that matchup exactly one time. When did they win it? RLCS group stage. They've lost every other time in Gfinity, in Meta League, doesn't matter where, they've lost. So the fact that Flipside are able to go through like the third through sixth playoff bit without having to face Mocket at all is so good for them. Because imagine Flipside, if they did a double elim bracket like they did last time, Flipside would go up against Resident, probably win. You know, most people would say they're the favorites there. Mocket against Gale Force, I think Mocket are probably the favorite there. So even though Gale Force beat them last time, I think Mocket are probably the favorite. So it would be Mocket Flipside in the winners finals. Mocket are probably going to win that. That would put Flipside to losers finals, where they're probably going to meet Gale Force. So they'd have to beat, you know, two teams, Gale Force and Resident, to make it in. This time they only need to beat Resident, and poor Gale Force have got to beat Mocket or they're out. I feel like the system that they've used this time is like way worse. And honestly, I had no plans of talking about it on stream, but somebody brought it up, so YOLO. YOLO. But yeah, all in all, I feel like the group stage is pretty stale. I don't really watch it. If I do, it's probably just like on the side monitor while I'm doing something else, because like LANs are way more exciting, you know? LANs are just miles better. You live at Cowcaddens, would you go for a meetup? I mean, sometimes go out for some drinks with the Glasgow Rocket League boys, and we usually like tweet. I mean, how old are you? Are you old enough to drink? Because if you're not, then there's probably not much point hanging out with us. Hey, Gazar, by the way, welcome back. 9 months, appreciate it, dude. If Flipside were against Penta, they would lose? Probably not. Probably not. People are overrating Penta. They're annoying to play against, but they're definitely not as good as Resident. Resident are better than Penta. But yeah, can you imagine if LAN number 1, or just any Rocket League RLCS LAN, the road to get there was by winning or attending 4 like mini LANs, and then you show up for the final LAN. You've already, you know, played on a bunch of stages as a player. You've, you know, been tested in that zone, and not only that, but people are gonna know you. They're gonna know what you're like on stage. They're gonna know what your team's like on stage. They're gonna know what you're like in interviews. Like, that's how you really get fans. It's LANs. Nobody's really gonna get fans from group stage unless you're actually Devo, you know? Like, just scoring double touches like nobody's business. But I'm sure that, like, if for anybody watching Insomnia, it's hilarious seeing people like Doomsy at Insomnia, because they're just so animated and just class acts on stage. So that's a well cooler route to LANs, in my opinion. Hopefully it goes that kind of route. I don't see it going that kind of route. I feel like, you know, Twitch have probably spent an absolute bomb on that studio that they've got, and they're just gonna roll with it, try and use it as much as possible. But I don't know, maybe a mixture, like a group stage, but then having some other roads to LAN as well through like a circuit that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. So I want to do some more casting, of course. Been away from it for a while, and it is good to get back to. But you guys, way too much support, honestly, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I only had one series. I don't like doing this. I don't like coming on and only casting once, but there's just nobody around right now. Will I ever do analysis of RLCS again? Probably not like I did on stream before, because it takes a long time, and I just wasn't enjoying it as much. I try to like make content that I really enjoy, you know what I mean? Try to make content that I actually like love doing, which I love casting. I love playing silly game modes with pros. I love doing, you know, talkovers.
Milne is part of a Scottish clan. I live in England but have some Scottish blood. My
Congrats,
bro
dude.
is going up to do a PhD in Edinburgh.
Does he get the free tuition? Does he get the free tuition for that? That's what I want to know. How did I become F3 manager? Because I was friends with Marky and Cuxer, and they got asked by their org who do they want the manager to be, and they were both like Johnny, because they like me, I guess.
Here's Johnny.
And contrary to the popular opinion, I do actually know how to manage a team. 0% all-star aerial training. I was going for some reverse aerials though, and I think I reset a couple of ones that were on target too. It's probably crossbar. Oh, never mind. Hey, by the way, Duck says Moo0723, welcome to the stream. Appreciate it, buddy. Think he gets a loan? That's not too bad. I mean, in Scotland we get free tuition, which is amazing. Just an absolute rip-off for the government. Sorry boys, can't read chat. Carrying the ball. Don't think you do if you aren't Scottish. You do for some countries. Free tuition, what is that? That's something that you don't get in America. That's what that is. That's what that is. 40k in the hole from going to uni in England. Ouch. Ouch. Did I say your name? Dude. I always get names wrong, so I'm impressed at myself, honestly. Oh, I nearly had that. Impressed at myself. Just waiting for these ads to finish rolling so I can throw Jane as a host. If you want to spam him, go ahead. Oh, I actually kept that in the air. Hello. What? Mate. Any tips or places to visit in Scotland? Depends what you want to do. If you want to, like, you know, see a touristy, you know, town type of deal, then you probably want to go to, like, Edinburgh or St. Andrews. If you want to go see castles, you want to go to, like, Stirling Castle, Edinburgh Castle. If you want to go see, like, beautiful countryside, go up north, go to the Western Isles. If you want to go see, like, well, if you want to go shopping and stuff like that, Glasgow. It depends what you want. Most people come to Scotland for the Highlands and that kind of scene, because that's like a really unique landscape.